Well, guys, we did it. ICE no longer exists because millionaire celebrities and white liberals told you not to go to school, not to go to work, or not to support small businesses because that's a protest. And honestly, the whole thing is kind of giving Blackout Tuesday 2020, where people posted a black square on Instagram and called it activism. But here's why I think this whole thing is honestly kind of privileged and a little out of touch. Now, if you can't go to school or work, good for you. But to the single mom with 2 kids, yeah, not everyone has that luxury. And also, small businesses that sometimes operate on razor thin profit margins can't afford one day without your business. Do you think the government cares that you're not going and spending money? Of course not, because they're going to use the Federal Reserve Bank to keep printing out trillions in debt. So if people actually want to protest, here's some things you can do. Number 1, you can start by starting an S Corp and legally paying as little tax as possible. Literally stick it to the man by playing their own games. The next thing you do is use Bitcoin or physical gold or silver to pay people, whether that's business acquaintances, friends, whatever, like to opt out of the system. You could also tip your servers in cash and tell them that it's a cash gift and to not report it to the IRS. So there's a few things you can do. Rewind that and watch it again. And when I comment this on people's posts like Macklemore, people are like, that's too hard. The tax system is too complex. Yeah, that's my point, is that sometimes what easy is easy. Yeah, it's not always effective. Sometimes you got to do things that require a little bit of effort to get the job done. So if people actually want to stick it to ICE, we should all unite behind a tax protest and stop funding the beast that does so many things we hate, whether that's ICE, the military-industrial complex, foreign aid, corruption through Medicare and welfare. But honestly, not shopping at your neighborhood business, the government doesn't really care. And it's kind of ironic, let's be honest, that the same people who were totally complicit with masks and they're totally fine to erode your gun rights are suddenly upset about armed agents of the state violating your rights. Make it make sense. So on that note, have a wonderful weekend. And remember that one day without shopping isn't going to do anything to a government $38 trillion in debt.